Hey guys, it's Miss Carell again. I'm going to be talking to you today about your code.org lesson, level D, lesson number 13. In our previous lesson, we learned a little bit about conditional blocks, and we talked about the if-else block, meaning you don't have to give it specific directions every time, but the if-else block allows the computer to make decisions for itself. Today, we're going to talk about another conditional block that is often used, and this one is called the while loop. While something is happening, do this until it's over. This particular level is all about farming, and you're going to be either filling in holes or you're going to be removing dirt from a pile. So make sure that you are paying attention to your instructions. For instance, in level 1, it says, "Hi, I'm a farmer. I need your help to flatten the field on my farm so I'm ready for planting. Move to the pile of dirt and use the remove block to remove it." And so make sure you pay attention to the number that's next to that pile so that you know how many times you have to remove it. So I'm going to use a repeat block for my move forwards. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to change that number to a 4. And then I'm going to remove 1. So you're going to work through the first 3 levels. The first 3 levels do not require you to use the while block. It is not until after level 4 that you will begin using the while block. Level 2 is an example of how you would have to fill the hole. And notice there's 6 fills or 6 times that you're going to need to use the fill block. Again, you can use the repeat block for filling as well, just like we've used the repeat block for other things as well. So level 4, it's a short video about the while loop, meaning that you're not having to give specific numbers anymore. Just while there is a pile or while there is a hole, your farmer can continue either removing dirt or they can continue filling with dirt until it is done. That's one of the cool things about the while block is you're no longer having to do a lot of counting like we've done previously. So let's take a look at one of the levels, level 6. So notice that now in my pile, instead of there being a number, there's a question mark. So I don't know how many scoops that I'm going to need to remove in order to get that pile to go away. So I'm going to use the move forward block. And then while there is a pile, I want them to remove. So there ended up being 10. This is kind of similar to the B's and the question marks in that you won't always know, and it might change each time if you have to restart a level. Let's take a look at number 7. So now we're getting into where we're going to use the repeat block along with the while loops in Farmer. So for example, if I were going to write the first part of the code, I would want my farmer to move forward. And then while there is a pile, I would want them to remove 1. Now I've used 4 of my 5 blocks. So if I want her to continue moving forward, I'm going to count how many times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and use the repeat block, just like I did the nested loops, to repeat all of that code. Woohoo! All right, I'm going to go ahead and skip to the challenge level because the challenge level can get a little bit difficult. So in the challenge level, we have a new block that says while there is a path ahead. So meaning that I no longer have to tell them how many times to move forward, but my farmer is just going to continue moving forward as long as there is a path ahead. And if there's not a path ahead, then my farmer is going to either turn to the left or turn to the right. So let's work through this one. If I was going to build the code, all of these are filling holes rather than taking them away. So I would want my farmer to move forward while there is a hole, fill the hole. If I run that, I'm close. But I would also need her to turn right, correct? So if there is a path ahead, or while there's a path ahead, I want her to move forward. And while there's a hole, I want her to fill that hole. If there's not a path ahead, I would want my farmer to turn to the right. Now notice I only have one block left. Remember what we said about some of our other levels. When there's only one block left for me to use, 9 times out of 10, it is going to be your repeat block. So I'm going to come down to my repeat block. I'm going to put everything inside of that block. So how do I know how many times to repeat this? I'm going to count the number of holes that I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to change this number to 6. And let's run this and see if it works. Notice that little, looks kind of like a Wi-Fi signal coming out from her. That is her sensing to see if there's a path ahead or not. So this has been our while loops in farmer. While there's holes, fill holes, or while there's piles, remove, and then while there's a path ahead. So no longer are we having to use multiple numbers. We're just telling it how many times to repeat the entire sequence. Again, just like your other code.org lessons, once you get all the way to the end, this one has 13 levels. Your last one is just a little quiz for you to look at. You look at the code, answer the question, and then you'll run the program to see if you're correct. When you're done with this lesson, you're going to go back to Google Classroom. Make sure you click Mark as Done. That's how I make sure that you get credit for this. And then remember that if you get stuck on something or you need help, you can always shoot me an email. We can do a Google Meet where I can meet with you one-on-one. You can share your screen and I can walk you through some of the levels. Or you can always comment in the Google Classroom and I can help you out. So good luck with your while loops in Farmer. I know you guys will do great, and I'll see you next time. Bye.